All right, so I'm going to add in a bonus clip here and title it Why I'm Good at Typing and You're Not. And that is because I know that I don't know what an ISFJ is. I know that I still have a few more years because, look, here's our data set. And we've got a few more in real life that we've typed here, but this ain't much, right? Now, I do know that I do know what an ESFP is and all the different variations, the introverted ones, the extroverted ones, masculine ones, feminine ones, sleep last, play last, big difference, right? So we got hundreds of ESFPs. I have some idea what an ESFP is. I don't know what an ISFJ is. I have not met hundreds of them, right? We have sleep, blast, play versions. So these are going to be more selfish and extremely chaotic. Here's a play last version. This is going to be very introverted. You got sleep last versions. How are you going to catch this? This is going to be very EP, very EJ. You got Tom Cruiser, one of the most smartest, calculated guys in the world. Like, he doesn't come across as an ISFJ. How are you going to catch this? So the point is, I know that I don't know what an ISFJ is, and I also do know the power of branding. I know the power of sales. I know how powerful and how poisonous stuff is like this for our human minds. You know, not the companies or the websites or the kids out there doing things, but it's like this really messes with your brain, and you will live the rest of your life never fully able to get this out of your brain, right? So you got to have a little patience of people the friends that you have that are just guzzling down the Reddit groups and Facebook groups or wherever they're getting their personality stuff from, because they're latching onto, well, that person's not an ISFJ. They're not dependable. You're like, where are you getting this? They're not considerate. It's like, so see, like, if you're not playing personality and binary coins, you're just so screwed. Because how are you going to see what ISFJs own the word dependable? So if you're not dependable, you're not an ISFJ. And if you are dependable, you are an ISFJ. No. It's, do you gather or organize in a savior state? You know what I'm saying? You got to be very clear of how you're defining these binary coins, right? Because you really have to understand and anchor to how dangerous this is as far as your scientific process. It's not going to hurt your real life or whatever, but you're just never going to be able to get your mind straight, because when you go to type people, it's 99% not aware of, you have so many biases already loaded in your head from 10 years ago. And it's this kind of stuff that really sticks into our unconscious. It's easy, it's fun, but like none of this makes any sense. Like, the ISFJs are helpful. Is Ray Morano helpful? Like, live next to Ray Morano and see if that guy's going to help you. Unless it's part of his plan, his racket. Is Tom Cruise going to help you? No, you can help him make a movie. Now he's scheduled, but I bet you Brittany Snow is not. The Sleep Last versions are not. So this is going to be total hit and miss. And then I see this is funny. So you can watch the paper trail of how it just gets into people's brains. I love that it's like our unconscious knows. So whoever's doing this, you'll see this. You'll see people causing drama and chaos unconsciously because they want to talk you to. They want to spank you. They want an argument. Of course, the person that wrote this up knows that Kim Kardashian is not an ISFJ. They're just doing it unconsciously for self-defeating reasons or whatever. You'll see this all. So you can't take the bait. You can't take the bait. If this person who's writing this stuff up, if they're wanting to go towards science and objectivity, it's a totally different set of rules. That's not what this person is after. So don't fall for the bait. Just let people do their silly stuff. You got ESFP, INFP, ESTJ, one of the most introverted ISTJs. But what you'll see is along the sites, you'll see these kind of crazy names pop up, Like, here you go, like Tiger Woods. Like, did this site steal it from the other site? Or did the other site steal it from the other site, right? This isn't data-driven. You know what I'm saying? So when we say that ESFPs jump over fences or whatever, just some funny thing or whatever, you can actually get the numbers on that. You can actually go through these people's lives. You can go through the data, and you can see how many of them are verified to have jumped over a fence or not. And then you go, it turns out only 13% been seen on file to jump over a fence. So 13%, right? You know what I'm saying? This is data-driven science. Where's the data? Where's the data that Jimmy Carter is an ISFJ? He's not. He's some TIIP. And then, then you get this. This is horoscope. This is what our animalistic bodies want to see. We want to make life ding-da-ding. Want to believe the best in people. I don't know about, some do, some don't. I know a lot of ESFPs that want to know the best in people. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're not playing in binary coins, you're just doing a horoscope, and it falls apart so fast. Yeah, here you go again. Here's your Ed Sheeran, Emma Watson. Again, this is just a telephone game. And where's this coming from? 14% of the population. Think about that for a minute. So how would you, if I said 14% of the population is taller than 6'2", it's like, okay, there's 8 billion people on the planet. So how did I measure all those people? Or am I doing it with sample groups? Now, in some countries, some people, the average height is taller than others. How the hell would you get a sample group of a population to figure out a personality type? And then how are you measuring that? Like, we would be the closest that'd be able to do something like that, and we're 1,000 miles away from being able to do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you the percentage of ISFJs in Florida. If I go to Florida for a year and get a sample group of what's your sample group? Oh, well, I talked to 10 people that live in Florida and one was an ISFJ, so 10%. Right? This like, how are we doing this? Best matches, again, like, how do you know this? Where is the verified? Like, right? It's so silly when you step back and you look at it, you know? This one's not too bad. I'm not sure what site this is. I just pulled these. These are just all images I randomly pulled off of Bing in 5 minutes here. The cognitive functions. Here we go. So that's a little better. So now you're defining the functions, right? So the SI function that is going to be with anybody that has SI, whether top, bottom, middle, or whatever. And this is going more the right direction. And these are fairly accurate. Compare current experiences to past experiences and current data to past data. Right. Discrepancies and changes there. Excellent at remembering details. Feminine sensory, not so much, but sure, we're playing along. Use stored memories to find ways to commemorate special occasions. Yeah, the SI, there's a physical attachment to special occasions and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. So whoever this is writing this out, they're kind of putting their neck out there. They're saying, hey, I'm going to take an attempt to describe and define the functions. And in my opinion, they're really good. I mean, look down here at NE. Extrovert intuition is the ISFJ's most underdeveloped and sensitive function. Yes, sensitive, like triggering. They use NE to see alternatives and ask what if questions. Right on. I mean, just my opinion. When under stress, the ISFJs can fall into the grip of extrovert intuition and see nothing but many horrible possibilities everywhere. That's right, we see a strong clustering in intrusive thoughts with NE at the bottom. So this is all just right on. This is really good, whoever wrote this one up. So anyways, the typing procedure is 90-something% about you just managing your own biases. So this is what I'm constantly hinting at. If you watch me over the videos, I've been saying for years, I don't know what an ESFJ is. I don't know what an ISFJ is. Why? Because here's my data set. I do not have enough to know any idea what an ISFJ is. So every time I meet an ISFJ in real life or videos or whatever, I just sit down and I actually shut up and I just learn and I just take in. Last point, I also know the conclusion, and I see a lot of people having a hard time with this. I know the conclusion is that Darren Brown is right. We are 99% the same. If you are caring and frustrated and possibilities and X, Y, and Z, so does everybody else to some degree. So I'm not shocked when I see the ISFJs doing something they're not supposed to do. When I see an ISFJ being TE, like you're not supposed to TE, they're like, what? I just combined FE and TI. It's not that hard. I'm trying to keep my worldview open as long as I possibly can until I have about 50. Just really understanding this is a lifelong learning thing.